Welcome back to this week's episode of The Real Country File. We are currently digging the yard off. We had a grant to sort it out and we've got to get it done by end of the year, so more of that coming up in future weeks as we see how it turns out. Anyway, coming up today, Angela and Liv go shopping for sheep. There's an unusual harvest going on in Lancashire, and Neil White in Scotland, see what he's up to. Growing crops in a wetland area can be challenging. Now we head over to a farm that's harvesting bulrushes to be used in the fashion industry, and the bottom of them can be used for puffer jackets. So anyway, over to Lancashire.
Other than during sowing, where we want it about 5 to 10 centimetres above the surface.
Stable and manageable when it's at this level. So.
We're trialling the harvest now. We want to refine the harvest, and what we're looking at doing is upscaling. We're doing it on field scale. Can we now do it on landscape scale? And can we really control our hydrology, and can we actually make it economically viable?
Everything seems to have gone well today. A lot of people have come down to have a look at it, and some smiling faces, and Ponda, who are buying the product, seem very happy. So yeah, I think it's gone very well.
So I think it marks the start of a really exciting new phase of our partnership and the future of using Typha as a commercial product. So we've seen today that we can harvest effectively and shows that we can scale this thing up. So it's an exciting time.
The fashion industry really is trying to be sustainable. Now let's head to the auction and see how Liv and Angela got on at the sheep sales. Did they stick to their budget?
Okay, right, well we've set off. So Olivia, what is it that we're actually looking for today at the market?
So today we're going to the store sheep and breeding sheep sale. So we're hoping to get some stores as it's kind of the right time of year, but it is just coming to the end of the kind of store sale.
And just so for anybody that's not from a farming background, explain what store sheep is.
So a store lamb is a lamb that was usually born in the spring this year, and they're going to be fat lambs, but they're not quite fat lambs yet. So probably the weights today will be anywhere between 35 and 45 kilograms. So if we can get some around 40 kilograms, that would be good. And then we can just finish them off ourselves at home. So we're looking for some for the Lamb Box Enterprise. So hoping to get around 10 or so. But the price has been quite strong the last 2 weeks. So we've got our budget and we kind of need to stick to that. So if they are more than about £120 a head, then we'll probably have to get 8 or 9.
Yeah, okay, fine. So £120 is the maximum that we'd like to spend for each of them, and we're looking for about 10. And the end result really is that we want to get these so that you can fatten them up and then put them in, sort of kill them and then put them into lamb boxes that you can sell direct to individuals.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Right, okay, well, we've got our bidding fingers ready, so let's see how we get on. So there's quite a lot to choose from, so we're just having a quick look round all the options now.
Well, basically, body condition. You feel on top of the shoulders, it's a bit sharp, and the hips, and you feel the The tail, if it's all bony, you know they want more condition.
Condition meaning more meat on
More meat on, yes.
Right, before we get in the ring, we're just taking advantage of having a brew in the cafe and checking out what's in the catalogue. So Dad, tell us what are we actually looking at in this catalogue?
Right, well, inside, remarks in catalogue, it's all different. A D means it's been ditched, S, sprayed it, W, it's wormed. Some, you see, they've only just been wormed, nothing else.
And so does that mean that the ones that have had more done to them are likely to fetch more money?
Well, it means that when you buy them, you've not got to do anything virtually because they've already been done.
I see.
So we've got our invoice here. So this is the first lot that we've bought. There's 5 Suffolky sort of store lambs. They were a good price, to be honest. These were bob on £100 each, which is kind of what we wanted. They're a bit off being finished, but they look like they'll go on and do well. And they've got the Suffolk in them, and when we've fattened Suffolks before, they've done really well, and we've had really good joints from them. So could see the potential in this lot. So get them loaded.
How many have you bought altogether?
We've got 9 altogether. So this is a pen of 5, and then there's another pen of 4 that we'll go and find now.
Hopefully them sheep do well for it. Now we're heading on to the end of the year. If you're interested in sponsoring an episode either towards the end of this year or into next, let us know. Great opportunity. If you're going to be exhibiting at Lama, you can sponsor an episode and introduce yourself, so when people turn up at Lama they know who to find on your stand. So let us know if you want to do that. Now over to Scotland.
Hello, my name's Neil White. I'm an arable farmer in the southeast corner of Scotland. I grow a mixture of combinable crops, winter barley, winter oilseed rape, winter wheat, spring barley, spring oats, spring beans, and a new addition this year, some spring peas to replace some of my spring barley ground. I've been asked if I would maybe just do a kind of crop update, but also an update on some of the issues that we've had up here in Scotland. The last time I did a video, I was talking about the problem we're having with spring barley, spring malting barley, getting into the maltsters, and for me, my own situation has improved. The heap of grain I stood in front of that day has actually been taken in. It went in a reduced rate, but it still made it in, so that was very helpful. It's gone, but further north they're still in the terrible situation where they have these high screenings, high small grain problems with their barley, and so they need a dressing unit in. I've had some dressed and it's gone in okay, but yeah, they're still waiting for that actual dressing unit to arrive up north, and so they're running into this long-term storage problem with farm assurance. So we're trying to get something changed on that so that they can find a solution so they don't lose their farm assurance because they don't have long-term storage on their farm, which is one of the reasons why they grow spring barley, because normally it hits the deck and goes away before it needs to be stored long-term. So those problems are still ongoing up north, and it is still a massive problem. The demand obviously is down, the outlook for the future sort of next couple of years is, it looks like there's going to be a massively reduced intake, so people like myself who maybe have a longer term contract will maybe be more fortunate, but we don't know how that's going to pan out going forward. Talking about the rest of the crops, This area has been very fortunate again. It is a great area to grow cereal crops, but yeah, we've been very lucky, so we got things off to a great start. The winter barley went in well. Well, actually, no, the winter oilseed rape went in. This is high Eurasic oilseed rape that I'm in just now. This is one of my fields, and it's looking particularly strong. So yeah, it's had its final spray. It got some trace elements and growth reg and something just in case there's any grass weeds lurking in the bottom of this canopy. So that's all done. The sprayer's packed up and back in the shed, so that's always a nice thing to get done. We'll put some antifreeze in it because, as you can maybe tell by my attire, the weather has changed a bit. We're into proper winter weather now. This is a field of Kraft winter barley. This was sown directly into one of my wheat stubbles. So we did actually bale. We baled the wheat straw off, and then just went in with the drill, and it went in. You know, like most stuff, it went in well this year. It's been looking particularly strong, but it's beginning to slow down too. We've had that colder spell, and it's looking like it's going to be under control. But it's nice to get it, almost bridging the gap between the rows. And just, waving in the breeze here, it's quite nice to get it off to a good start, because obviously winter barley can be quite fickle. It's like spring barley. And last year, the winter barleys looked like they'd gone through the winter really well, but really suffered with the dry spell. We didn't get the crop we thought we were going to get. Actually, the spring barley ran about as well as the winter barley, because it ran okay in the end. But yeah, we're hopeful this year that we've maybe got it off to a nice strong start, and there's plenty of moisture in the soil now, for all it was very dry when it went in. So yeah, I think you would agree it's looking well. This is just one of the small fields next to my house and my steering, so I thought I'd come in here. But yeah, this is Kraft. So this is on a brewing contract. So this goes to Simpson's Malt, which is just 12 miles towards the coast, and gets malted there. So it's a good sort of local place that we grow on contract and have done for a long time. So hopefully those contracts will all be safe. I wouldn't say they're overly exciting money, but it's a contract all the same.
Thanks, Neil. Now, don't forget to check out the Farm Mart magazine, and also they're doing the 12 days of Christmas, where they're giving something away every day for the 12 days of Christmas. So go and check that out. That's probably all for this episode. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.